Hey, what's up guys, June here. In today's video, we're going over the week of June 27th, 2022. This week finished up on -3 stops. So a little bit of a scratch week, kind of eh. However, we'll go over the trades and we'll see exactly what happened. Okay, so the first trade we have the Russell. So the Russell's in a downtrend right now, at least on the 7 minutes. So this would be my time frame I look for overall direction. And I'm just, shorting, looking for shorts. What ended up happening, there was a little bit of a range, came out, come back, possibly an entry right here, zoom. However, if I were in this trade, I'd even say maybe short right here with a stop behind this pivot here for a true level stop would have been stopped out. Is there a reason to call for the entire thing? Maybe. But anyways, broke, came back again. So this was a double breakout, as it were. This would be a right side entry, and unfortunately got stopped out. Now there may have been some secondary entries right here. However, we're pretty much at the double bottom, so I don't fancy that too much. What I possibly could be trading is right here. So my coach has been going over some different plays. So normally we look for a reversal or an effort reverse. So say the market was coming down and it went like so, right? Comes back, zoom. Okay, well that's a little, anyways, point being, it comes down hard, comes back to this level. However, we could be playing some other swings that are more in between. And I've been seeing this more often than not, or rather, it's just another way the market can move. And I think that was definitely a viable play. So in this case scenario, this would be the LSB, right? This swing achieved relative to this structure. And we would be using this swing to get on. And why is this interesting? Well, came up again, came up, boom, this is where they let go. So instead of looking for the absolute swap of the absolute bottom, which was what I did, we can tune into slightly more nuanced or precise swap areas. So going forward, I'll be looking out for that. Bam, right there. And we'll see exactly how this goes. But yeah, the stop would be more like so, just enough. The approximate level is twice this amount is how I like to use it, or maybe 1/3, something that would cover the noise. For the most part, that seems about right, because any further then it might be something else, maybe. Okay, so that was that trade. This one was it was interesting because this is the down movement, right? We're going June, July. Okay, we'll cover this. This was the first trade actually. It's just because we went from June to July first, so it's a little ordered differently. Okay, so this was the M&Q. It's coming down. We're running into some amount of trouble. For that reason, I'm just looking for a try just down to here. The other possible note, okay, wait, they all have quality zoom, so that's fine. Valid RC, no. Major frame issue. I think there was possibly a major frame issue. Actually, no, I don't think there was major frame. We were close to the bottom, potentially the top. Why? Well, this try was good, right? In terms of expectation was fine, but it's possible it already reached that. And I think that was the problem. I was looking for the trade coming back right here. This was the original entry. And I was using a bit of this swing that happened. It stopped just for a few seconds. And I was looking for a potential entry right here with a stop behind these guys, like so. Fortunately, they didn't give it. The problem with this one, I think there was potentially a range already set. So the question is, if going for the try, has the market already visited that area, or say that general area? So that's the main question for this one. I think the area was just a bit too small, so I thought, okay, there's still some room. Good movement. This came down to about right here. So this was actually a try of this swing, funny enough. So perhaps even the target, if I wanted to take advantage of this frequency, take it down to here, maybe all the way down here, is already asking a lot because it already visited that general zone. So I think that's what happened really. In terms of stops, entries, and timing, I think it was good. Waited, boom, zoom, entry right here, stop above this guy. The reason why I didn't do a true level stop, so somewhere around here, just because I'm swinging this swing. So perhaps that's something to be said when going over this entry right here. If I'm taking a bigger swing, that's not necessarily confirmed yet. Maybe I want to go for that one. I think that's a possibility, especially here because the swing has not even necessarily achieved, right? We don't know. This would be just a return of this guy, and really the wash, I think, happening right here. So yeah, no, if I was in this trade, it would honestly be a stop out. But why not go for the bigger thing? We'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on true level stops when the frequency has not been confirmed yet. So I think that might be part of the equation right there. See, in this case, it did confirm, but the reason why I bought the top is up here. Alternatively, we could say what was problematic about this trade was that we're possibly still doing this frequency. However, I thought, okay, we kind of did it there. We're stretching out. Yeah. This could slightly be seen as unnecessary. Even slightly of a true level nature, right? Coming, bouncing. We washed it. We're coming back. LSB of it. Yeah, maybe it was a little too fast or a little too quick on the trigger. Anyways, I took that trade. There's nothing I can do. Okay, so back to this one. This one just simply didn't work out. I think it was already near the try, so keep an eye on that. And the final trade of the week was this one. I think this was unnecessary. Well, it wasn't necessarily unnecessary, but it was a major frame issue. Unnecessary means that maybe it was a trade right before news, or I don't know, something else like that. Again, I think if going for the try, has the market already visited that general area? Again, I was going for a try based on the fact that, well, look at this market, we're possibly coming back to this true level, and we could see a reaction off of it. In fact, the reason why I was looking for a try for this idea, and even if I was trying to go short afterwards, I was looking for tries down to here because there's not much of a flow. It's more of a range bound type idea. So we got to be able, or we got to recognize the market we're in and adjust the targets accordingly. So we're definitely range bound. It popped. It might have went higher, I'm not sure, but it definitely bounced here and then revisited this area. So for that reason, I decided to just go for the try trade. What I was basing off of was this LSB. So I'm not taking the full the full ordeal because this swing is not an achieve per se, but this one, bang. Notice how it's like unique on its own. I'm not pulling the entire amount. Anyways, we had some minor swings, 1, 2, potentially this one you could say minor, but minor expands into major. What ended up happening, it briefly tried to turn a bit earlier, and I saw this as a wash, saw this as a nice boom, zoom out, comes back, stop behind here. I think in terms of overall timing the entry and the entry trigger, solid stuff. However, again, we're near the try area already, so now the question really at this point would be, well, was there a short available? And this is where it gets very tricky of knowing when to go against everything. So in this case, how could we justify the short? Well, of course, this is hindsight bias, so it's really difficult, but it's pretty clear that there could be some trouble on the short side or trouble on the buy side if you're buying into it. We want to see this clear first, especially these guys, whatever this gap, this overall is controlling for now. All of this. So reactions to the downside, I think, are more than reasonable. Hence the try, but the try is already there. So what can we say about going shorts? What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a slightly easier color to see. Like a brown or something. We can do a green. Green. Okay, we can see green pretty well. All right, so right here we have our swing. This was 8:30 news. We could even use maybe up to here. Depends how you want to say it or see it. But what I'm trying to get at is I'm using the LSB to measure this swing over here, right? See, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I zoom. Now the additional remarks to this trade would be that we have the minor flow to the downside. Minor. I don't like using this swing, but it is swinging at that point relative to this move. We washed it, came down hard, zoom back up. Now in terms of stops, this is a mean reverting against the overall flow, so this requires a decent stop, or at least one that calls all the way at the top. So over here, we're zooming these guys, bam, a stop behind this one. Question is, do we put behind here? I could see the reason why. Another aspect to this is it didn't go all the way up here. I don't know. I might be making this stuff up, but I have to grasp at new concepts in order to understand them, right? That's how you push the envelope. Unfortunately, it never came back to a frequency that I could take advantage of, and well, that is that. But I think overall, I'm taking okay trades. It's just this one got stopped out. Maybe slightly quick on the trigger, but overall direction was good, everything. Also to note, this could have easily been one of these entries where I come in here, left side entry. I would have to be taken right in there. See, that would make sense to me. Come on, let me shrink this. This is an entry right there, makes a lot of sense. This would be essentially the kill zone. Would have to buy the entire, and we definitely get easy 3-1, but this is 8:30 right before news, not necessarily trading this. Maybe right here. Yeah, I'd say zoom comes in. Yeah, it's double bottom relative to these structures, but what did we do? We watched it. Frankly, I'd say it was more of a poke, but we definitely confirmed. Oh no, well actually no, because we had the initial, comes out, back in, pokes high, comes back lower, zoom. I think that's where the entry was. There was a secondary entry right here. Of course, I'm not really paying attention. So this is the poke, this is the wash. We enter here. We could enter with a stop there, but it's so small and the RVR is already there. So I'd say maybe we just cover the whole thing. Train the swing, I guess. Okay, that could have been a trade right there. I think that would have been an ideal trade. This one, I'm not too much of a fan of because we're near the bottom of the blue swing we're entering on, where this is really near the top. We're washing them. I still think it's slightly a poke, but I can see the argument saying this is the poke, this is the wash, zoom, enter. Interesting stuff. And that would have netted, I don't know, whatever amount of points. Okay, well, I think that'll be it for this week. A little bit of a troubled week, but some interesting insights just going over the markets. That's what you have to do. I have went over, I'm thinking of trading the euro. So this would be the currency futures coming up very soon. Fortunately, I do not have it in my trading package, so I would have to be in a brand new account of some sorts. Would have to build up another funded account, but I can do that. That's fine. Just gotta figure out the logistics of it. Anyways, guys, that'll be it for this week. Till next time, adios.